Afterthought Jujutsu Kaisen episode 20, Nonstandard. Can't stop, won't stop. Jujutsu Kaisen once again is proving that it is a phenomenal series. Today's episode was emphatically one of the most heart-pounding, pulse-throbbing, non-stop, action-oriented, badass episode we've seen so far. My god! First and foremost, you guys warned me that Todo's ability was not only amazing, that it has the best name in the series, and my god, Boogie Woogie? How unbelievably fucking badass that is. I mean, my god. Not to mention the ability itself. With a single clap, he is easily able to flip the positions of whatever he chooses, albeit something at least with a certain level of curse energy. Not to mention, you can tell how much battle experience he has had with this technique. Throwing in the feints, which is easily able to deceive the already compromised special grade curse Haname. Remember, this is being coupled with our main man Yuji's newfound ability, Black Flash, the space distorting cursed punch, which it seems he is now actually tied with the most consecutive ones with Naname. The fight scene was absolutely perfect. Dynamic action, well-planned choreography captured by insane camera angles. Not to mention, backed by that soundtrack, the emotional feeling welling up in my gut is something akin to watching an all-out shonen battle, that climactic Ichigo versus Aizen, Naruto versus Sasuke, Goku versus Frieza. I mean, watching these two fight, watching Boogie Woogie in action, even watching the special grade curse slowly become accustomed, just adding that intensity like, oh shit, what's gonna happen next? But to eventually be led into, this was all part of Todo's plan to get Haname closer to the river where Fushiguro informed him that the playful cloud is hiding. I mean, I asked last week, what's gonna happen if Todo would get his hands on this thing that takes physical strength and amplifies it? Well, asked and answered. It would inflict so much damage on this curse, it would finally have to utilize that special arm. That while the plants and the trees don't have curse energy themselves, Haname's left arm is able to suck out their life force and convert it into curse energy. While it won't be able to absorb it, it can unleash a devastating beam. But lest we forget, it is dealing with Todo's Boogie Woogie. Unleashing that beam, all he has to do is simply clap his hands and Haname would be taking a brunt of that fucking damage. So what are you gonna do? Expand your Right before we get to see Haname unleash its domain, the giant veil is destroyed, and standing atop the battlefield is Gojo. How do you make an action sequence even fucking better? You bring in the heaviest of heaviest hitters. This dude is a fucking beast. I don't know if he's in the range of 530,000 IQ Todo. By the way, that scene is fucking hilarious. And even his internal monologue, his ability to think, is actually kind of quick, and he is able to surmise that those little beads, those seedlings, actually feast off curse energy thanks to, with his internal monologue of his own Takada. But yeah, Gojo is able to easily survey the entire battlefield. Quickly understand that not only has Yuji miraculously evolved in this very short time, but because he is with Todo, he is currently safe. The one that needs help, or at least priority, is that of Grandpa Guitar. Because remember, Gakuganji has his hands full with Juzu, the guy who wants to make him into a fucking wallet. So when Gojo suddenly appears, this dude pops a chub like, hey, it's time to get my coat rack. But the way he gets dispatched is fucking ridiculous. His limbs are almost as if they've been turned to straight fucking jelly and just twisted, and oh my god, it's fucking disgusting. And then to see Gojo order Gakuganji, hey man, clean up this mess and you better not let him die, was fucking hilarious. Giving this old timer the what for, but this leads us to another amazing technique. This is the episode of techniques. You thought it was it with Boogie Woogie? Or maybe you were impressively creeped out by that hand-holding sword freak that took on the ladies. I mean, no, it's time to unleash Hollow Purple. Now this move, oh my god, it's fucking ridiculous. Combining two of his curse techniques, Reversal Red, which we witnessed during his battle with Jogo, that was fucking devastating. This time mixing it with Amplification Blue, giving the wordings of amplify and reverse, as well as the colors being the antithesis of each other. Obviously, these two on their own would have some kind of opposite effect, but by mixing them together, thus creating Hollow Purple, creates a devastating blast that scorches the earth and reshapes the land itself. And if it wasn't for big bro Todo, would have completely erased our protagonist Yuji. Even if Haname does escape, it's not worth getting Thanos finger snapped. While that special grade curse's whereabouts are unknown, we wrap up this episode discovering what Mahito has been up to, and yes, of course, it was stealing the Sukuna fingers that were in possession of Jujutsu Tech. My god, was this episode fucking badass. To unveil Hollow Purple as well as Boogie Woogie, two super badass techniques, to give us more of a backstory behind the character that I've honestly come to love in a very few fucking episodes. Todo is a badass. Even as a kid, he was fucking badass, beating up fucking high schoolers when he was still making coloring books and shit. Not to mention the possibility of a sensei that put him on his jujutsu past and gave him that own, his own personality test when meeting new people. Like, what kind of woman do you like? That coming from a biker bitch? Like, I want to meet all these characters. Like, fuck me if I ever get isekai'd into JJK, but wouldn't that be fun? That'd be a fucking blast. The preview though, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I guess we're playing baseball. The only thing I can surmise is maybe because this test got so fucked up that's the only thing they flip a coin like, I guess it's baseball. But seeing how we have Yuji and Maki on our side, two behemoths, which you even told me last week that Maki is stronger than Todo physically, that was a fucking shocker. And I guess it does kind of show in today's episode when he took over Playful Cloud and hit Haname. I mean, Maki sent it fucking flying. But yeah, Kyoto versus Tokyo in a game of baseball? Like, do we even have enough players? Yo, I may be USA strong, but honestly, I know shit all about baseball, so we'll see though. Honestly, like I said, you can't stop this fucking series. The only thing that can hurt Jujutsu Kaisen is Jujutsu Kaisen. If the studios just keep with it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But yeah, right now, this series is fucking fire. So with all that being said and more Jujutsu Kaisen next week, I honestly cannot wait for future episodes.